Chris, what is our first main topic today?
First topic is from Jeff Middleston. Hi, John and team. Been watching since your Endgame review. Read a story that said both the Batman and Uncharted just got their official release dates in China. Do you think this means that we'll start seeing more films getting to open in the major market? And what do you think this does for the Batman's billion-dollar club chances? Thanks.
All right. Thanks a lot for sending that in, Jeff. And yes, just the other day, we were talking about on the show that Robert Pattinson, the cast have got
Paul
together.
Dano.
Yeah, Colin Farrell, Paul Dano, who's playing Catwoman
Zoe
again?
Kravitz.
Kravitz, thank you. I always try to think Lenny. I almost said Lenny again. Anyway, Zoe Kravitz, who is Lenny Kravitz's daughter.
But is she going to go our way?
Are you going to go my way?
Sorry.
They put out a little video just to the fans in China saying, we are opening in China. And then we found out that, yes, indeed, Batman is opening in China. And now we know when it's opening in China. And it's not just Batman, but Uncharted just got landed a Chinese release date as well. This comes to us from the folks over at Variety who write the following. Warner Brothers franchise titles The Batman and Sony's game adaptation Uncharted have both been confirmed theatrical release dates in mainland China. The Batman will reach conventional and IMAX theaters in China on Friday, March the 18th, so shortly after its North American release. Uncharted will release 4 days earlier on Monday, March the 14th. The confirmations mean that there is a rebounding flow of Hollywood movies into China after a drought in 2021 when revenue sharing import numbers fall short of the bilaterally agreed upon 34 films annual quota. There has also been a complete absence of Marvel movies from both the Disney and the Sony stables. Hollywood releases in China in 2022 have included Encanto, The Matrix Resurrections, and thank God, Paw Patrol. And again, that comes us from the folks over at Variety. So this is interesting to me for a couple of reasons. First of all, more and more as China has kind of over the last decade and a half kind of exploded as a major movie market, more and more studios have been looking in their planning stages at what they feel their movies could do in China from a box office point of view. Now, it is important to understand this, and I'm always shocked to see how many people don't get it. When a movie doesn't play in China, people say, that movie was banned in China. No, that's not how it works. China only allows a certain number of films into their market. All right. Apparently, the kind of agreed upon number is 34. When you understand that somewhere between 140 and 160 major Hollywood films get made and produced and released every year, that means less than 1 out of every 4 get to actually release in China. So when a movie does not play in China, that does not mean it got banned in China. Because we saw that a lot this year with like, okay, so this movie isn't going to Chinese release. And people say, that movie was banned. No, it wasn't banned. It didn't just get one of the exceptions to be allowed to play there. So there's a difference. At any rate, this past year, as there have been a lot of tensions, an extreme few number of Hollywood films have been able to play there. However, a number this year have been already permitted. We're finding out Uncharted is going to get to open there. We're finding out a Batman is going to get to open there. Variety seems to speculate that this is a signal that they're going to be opening back up the doors, that more and more Hollywood films are going to be able to make some money in China to bring over to the Hollywood film system. Can it do it? And will it continue to go in that direction? I think having 2 major films like this announced at the same time is probably a pretty good indicator of that at this point. Now, as far as what does this do for Batman's billion-dollar chances? We talked about this on the show the other day, that when you go back and look at The Dark Knight Rises, and Batman vs. Superman, all 3 Batman-related movies that did play in China, none of them made over 150 million bucks. One made about 50, one made about 60, one made about 100 and something, 100 and change. So any money that the Batman makes there will definitely help, but it's not the deal breaker. Like, it's not like Batman movies in China have been making $400 million. Well, then, yeah, automatically, that means the Batman's going to make $1 billion. So while it will help, and we said this the other day, but we'll say it again, I do not believe it playing in China becomes a stamp of guarantee that the Batman's going to make be $1 billion film. It's going to do well. It's going to make a lot of money, and China will help, but I don't think it becomes an automatic. Anyway, Rob, you're seeing these numbers. We've got the Batman and Uncharted getting release dates now. What do you think this kind of might mean for the the future films of Hollywood coming out, being able to have that extra movie market? And what do you think specifically this does for Batman's chances?
Well, one, it's always good to have more places, more venues to show movies, period. I mean, and China is a huge movie-going population, a gigantic population center on the planet, so it's important that movies play there. Whether Batman, I mean, I'm sure the Chinese government's like, let's allow, these Batman movies are all about the corruption of the capitalist system. You know, it's all about one man, how America is a corrupt and decadent place. And there's only one man going up against the system. So I'm sure they use it for their own propagandistic purposes, which I appreciate. But will it make $1 billion? And it really depends. I mean, it comes down to whether the movie's good, John. And it's 3 hours. I mean, are the Chinese audiences going to sit for a 3-hour Batman movie? Maybe, if it's good. But I think it's a definitely sort of a vote of confidence. And Uncharted as well. I mean, while we'll talk about it later, Uncharted was not my favorite movie I've seen lately. But I do appreciate when you have a venue that allows Uncharted to, if they make another one, and they seem to think they're going to make another one, the more money it makes, the better the chances are that the next movie is made. And I always look at the second movie in any series as the Godfather 2 or The Empire Strikes Back or The Road Warrior of that series until I see it. So hope springs eternal. If it does well in China, there's a lot of gamers there, so it makes sense that they're going to let it play there. Maybe it'll get more money, and maybe they'll make a really great second entry in the series.
Chris, you're seeing this. Again, the bigger question is, do you think this is kind of a signal that we're going to start to seeing the regular flow of movies into that market again? But then specifically, what do you think this does for the Batman's $1 billion chances?
I absolutely think this is the sign of the floodgates opening. We're going to have more films from here over in China. And that's a great thing. Like Rob said, we want more people to have access to movies the way they should be viewed, in a theater.
Less
which is
piracy.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Because it's a crime, you know. I've read it. I've seen it.
It is a crime.
I've seen it. It's a crime.
Oh, it's a harmless crime. No, I'm kidding.
So I think that's great. As far as the numbers go, it does feel like found money, right? Where it's just, well, more people are going to see your movie, so obviously that will contribute to your box office. Is it going to be the big pendulum swing that decides if it's part of a $1 billion club? Probably not. But every penny helps.
All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? That we've got now the Batman and we've got Uncharted, both now getting confirmed China release dates. What do you think that means for the Hollywood films coming out in general? Do you think that maybe we could see a Doctor Strange getting opened up over there? Do you think maybe we could see The Flash opening there? Whatever you guys are thinking, jump on down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, we want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of today's video, Peloton. Now listen, in the never-ending quest to try to stay in shape, one of the keys is to vary up your workout and your exercises to make sure you avoid losing your motivation and keep from getting burnt out from doing the same thing over and over again. Peloton has you covered. I know for me, one of the keys was getting my Peloton tread and using the Peloton app to get my varied workouts in. And Peloton just keeps pushing you forward with new classes, new music, new ways to keep your workouts fun and motivating. One of the newer offerings that has me personally really excited is their boxing classes. Peloton is stepping into the ring with its newest discipline, and you don't even have to have any gloves. Discover a fast, furious, and fun workout with Peloton instructors in your corner. Even if you've never boxed before, these classes will have you working up a sweat while working on the fundamentals of form, footwork, and fun combos that will keep you on your toes. Peloton has a workout for every day and every kind of schedule. So guys, right now, visit onepeloton.com to learn more. That's ONEPELOTON.com.